Welcome to the STR Home Financing Podcast, where we believe a legacy is something you build, not just something you leave behind. And now, here's your host, Jeff Chisum.
Hey, this is Jeff Chisum with the STR Home Financing Podcast. Welcome to episode 62. So more exciting news as President Trump takes the White House as it relates to real estate investors. So a couple of weeks ago, my episode covered the removal of the ceiling that Fannie and Freddie had in place that limited the amount of investor loans and second home occupancy loans that they would buy, increased it double. So it went from 7% ceiling of their overall portfolio to 14%. So just what I'm about to share with you today, this is all going to develop. It's not anything that has been put in place, but it is in the works. So what we're looking for with that cap being removed with Fannie and Freddie is improved pricing, because that is what the feds put in place to limit investors in the space. And they did that via increasing the interest rates and the cost of the loans. That is the hope there, that those will decrease. So the big news this week was that there was the potential for bonus depreciation to come back in full force, as it was originally put in place, 100% bonus depreciation. Today, just wanted to talk about how that came about, how it's been reduced here in recent history, and what the outlook is for the future. So I'm going to preface all of what I'm going to share today with, I am not a licensed CPA. So it's not my lane as it relates to being able to give information that is connected with any kind of license that I have. So just want to preface all of this information with that. A CPA that specializes in short-term rentals is definitely someone that I recommend having on your team, because it is one of the, I would say, most overlooked benefits of this asset class, which I call the best asset class in the United States. So let's review why I think that. Number one, these are typically these short-term rentals that we're buying, at least for most of my clients and me personally, have been vacation home type properties in destination vacation type areas. So cool places, cool properties. So there's just that fun factor of being able to use it as a lifestyle asset. You have the cash flow aspect of it. So you should be buying a property that the numbers show, and you are prepared to set it up in a way that it's going to perform and it's going to cash flow typically better than what you would get on a long-term rental. The other one is appreciation. This is going to be an asset that over time is going to appreciate. We're going to have an equity gain through this asset. I also like it from the standpoint of protection. We have insurance policies on these properties where if they burn down, then the insurance company would pay to rebuild it. If you have the right insurance policy, it would pay to replace any income that you lose from the property. So I love that aspect of it versus stock market, Wall Street, where we don't necessarily have control over the games that are being played there. So the last one is, and it's what we're going to cover a little bit today, is the bonus depreciation, the tax benefits associated with this asset class. So we're not going to go over all the tax benefits, only the one that's come on the radar with bonus depreciation. So let's go back to where this all started, which was back in 2017 through the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It was a landmark tax reform signed into law by the Trump administration. One of the most powerful benefits of this legislation was the ability for real estate investors to take 100% bonus depreciation on qualifying assets within the first year. So typically and traditionally, real estate investors needed to prove real estate professional status, utilize these deductions against active income. So what did that look like? And it stands to this day. If you wanted to qualify for, it's called REPS, real estate professional status, for a long-term rental, then you had to have at least 750 hours per year in active participation. It really ruled out anyone that had a W-2 job that was not a full-time property manager or real estate investor or real estate agent. So when you hear STR loophole, that really was one of the most significant changes. Is as long as you were going to have rentals that were going to be average out for 14 days or less, that would qualify as a short-term rental. But you only had to have at least 100 hours managing the property. So that's really the key there, is that you're managing the property, and that qualified you for the short-term rental loophole bonus depreciation. So fast forward to 2023, this really coincided with the changes with Fannie and Freddie, where they raised the pricing on investment property type loans, second home occupancy loans. They raised the rates, they raised the cost. And then with that, they were really headed towards phasing out bonus depreciation. So very anti-investor, but it was all with the mindset that they really wanted to move investors away from the market because they were buying people's first-time homes. So they were really squeezing out first-time home buyers, was the idea. Big blow to the real estate investor world as this began to phase out. We went from 100% to 80% in 2023, and then for 2024, 60%. Where we stand today is a potential comeback. So with the election and Donald Trump taking office, what has come back on the table is that the 100% depreciation would come back. So that's what we want to keep our eyes on. That's what we want to make sure that we're in tune with. But that is what I'm here for, is to keep you updated on the latest and the greatest. So stay tuned for future episodes where I'll be keeping an eye out on those improvements in interest rates for investment properties and second homes for the bonus depreciation to come back. So stay tuned until next time.
Jeff Chisum is a registered mortgage loan officer, NMLS 673623 with CMG Home Loans, NMLS ID 1820. CMG Home Loans is an equal housing lender. All programs, products, and terms discussed on this show are subject to change without notice.